walk you through the basics of Google Docs and also the formatting toolbar. So in order to start with a new Google Doc, you're going to open your Google Drive, and where it says New, you're going to click on New and open your Google Docs. This will give you a brand new Google document. So the very first thing that you want to do when you are opening a new Google Doc is to name your document. So up in the corner, up in the left-hand corner where it says Untitled Document, you're going to click there, and that's where you're going to give the title of your document. One of the things to remember when using Google Docs is it does automatically save for you to your Google Drive, so you don't have to worry about saving after you edit your document. So for this one, I'll just name it Test Document. And then I click off of it, and now my test document is saved. That is the title of my document. The next thing we're going to walk through is the different features of the toolbar. So we'll start from the left and work our way through each element. So there's multiple ways you can format your document. The first one, you can select different styles of text. So if you want to create a header that maybe would be a bigger text, then this would be your title of document. And then you can follow by having the normal text. This is really good if you're doing an informational text piece and you want to have different subheadings. The next feature available on the toolbar is your fonts that are available. So you have standard fonts that are available from Google. However, if these fonts don't meet your needs, you can also go ahead and select more fonts. And at this point, it's going to load all the different fonts that are available. And if you find one that you really want and you want to add it to your document, you just click on it and you click OK. And now that font is an option. Okay, so you have thousands and thousands of font options available when using Google Docs. Next one over is the sizing. So this is where you would change the size of your text. So if you want it to be larger, it can go bigger than 96. That is just where you have to type in the number that you would want it to be. So if you're making a poster or something and you want the text to be extremely large, after 96, you just have to type it in manually. So after you have your text size, you also have your bold options, your italics, underlining, and then next to the underline one is where you start to get into the color of your text. So Google Docs has two options. You can either change the color of the actual text or the highlight that is around it. So for example, if you're clicked on text and you click a different color, then your text color will change. However, if you are clicked on highlight and you click the highlight, then the area around the text will change and become highlighted by that color. This is really good if you're ever doing peer editing or if you want to make a word really stick out in your written piece. Next, you have the different alignments. So right now we're on the left alignment. You can also align your text to the center, to the right, or you can do the justify, which it would then take up the entire page. After the alignment, the next feature is text spacing. So the way text spacing works is you may have at times where your teacher will ask you to maybe double space it. So if you click on text spacing and you go double space, then it's going to give you space between the lines of your text. This makes it a lot easier for your teachers especially to go through and read and make comments or notes within your written document. The next feature that you have is an outline or list feature. So this has multiple options for you. So you can create a list multiple ways. You can use a numbered list. You can have an outline where it starts with letters. It's all your personal preference. So if you select the number and then you enter down, if you tab in, it's going to give you the feature where you can create a full outline. Next to the number feature, you do have a bullet point option as well. And if you click on the arrow next to the bullet points, you'll get the drop down where it has multiple features for the arrow. So if you wanted to have checkoff boxes, if you wanted to have stars, depending on what kind of document you're creating, there's multiple options available for you. The next piece is if you want to indent. So if you're writing a paragraph, so here's my paragraph, and maybe I want to indent the beginning of it, I can click increase the indent, and then it would indent it for me. I can also click the increase that way. And so if you're having like a huge quote and you need to increase your text more than you would normally just by hitting the tab button, you can click the increase or decrease and do it that way. So these are some of the format features available for you when you are editing your document. These are just the basics to get you started. This toolbar that you have on your screen is something that is present in most of the Google Docs and slides. And so you'll become very familiar with it as you use Google throughout the school year.